Emotional meet of the year. It is a chance to say thanks and a way to say so long. It is senior day at Poly Pavilion as the number 5 UCLA Bruins host the Cyclones of Iowa State. 4 years of workouts, 4 years of sacrifice, and 4 final rotations at home. For gymnasts like Margzetta Frazier, it's actually been 5 years because of COVID. Hi everybody, Jim Watson, former UCLA star Janae Honest, who had a senior day. We'll talk about that during our telecast as well. We are witnessing greatness, and maybe that's not even a good enough word for it. If you've been watching Jordan Childs over the last 6 weeks, she has taken it to a ridiculous level. How about the numbers? 22 of her last 24 routines, 9-9 or better. Mix in a couple of 10s in there as well. And last week in the all-around right here against Stanford, 39.875. It's almost perfect. Have you ever seen anybody at this level, at that level?
I really haven't. Ever since Jordan Childs and Jade Carey came into the NCAA, they have just brought this to a whole new stratosphere. And I really have to remind myself that Jordan is not a senior because I was convinced she was going to be an AAI award finalist. She is spectacular, consistent, she's got that wow factor, and she's also been refining those details throughout the season, increasing her score by half a tenth, quarter of a tenth, which is crucial come championship season.
Jordan Childs has 20 scores this year, 20 at 9.95 or better. I mean, that's bumping her head against the ceiling, and she's done it 20 times. That was a perfect 10 last week on bars against the Cardinal. Look, she's ranked on everything, and the only place you can even see any chance for improvement would be on beam, where she's 14th, and I think you're talking about just improving her dismount.
Just the dismount, you know, and she actually stuck it last week, so we're on the right track there for sure.
It's now where she's up, and we're almost expecting. We discussed on the air that she has a possibility of a 40. That's a perfect score. It's like predicting a perfect game in baseball. You don't normally do it, but we talk about it now.
I think it's possible, you know?
Not all the focus, of course, will be on Jordan Childs because it is senior day, and that means the 5 seniors for UCLA right here on the floor for the last time in their home arena. Margzetta Frazier will lead the charge. We've been watching her now for the past 5 years.
It's been really fun to watch her as a Bruin the past 5 years. She has a performance quality like no other, and she really wanted to finish her gymnastics career on a high note. She worked really hard to come back this season. She's super focused on gym and school, and it's her last time in Poly, so she's soaking it all in.
2021 uneven bars co-champion in this conference, 116 straight without a fall. In all, 13 seniors honored today, 5 for the Bruins, and UCLA showing a lot of class, going to tip their cap to 8 visiting Cyclone seniors as well. Choice opportunity for Iowa State, important rite of passage for the Bruin seniors who step on the Poly stage for the final time. Brochure of the Pac-12, and brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness, and by Watch Sports, the official live event guide of the Pac-12 Conference. Download it today. Ruined blue skies over Westwood today. Iowa State comes in. Iowa State and UCLA have a bit of a history together. This will be the 8th meeting. UCLA has won them all. Janelle McDonald in her first year as the UCLA head coach, and the first time against Iowa State. Remember, she was a bars assistant coach at California for many years, has done a splendid job at UCLA. Certainly, she deserves some consideration for Coach of the Year. We don't give it to rookies very often, but she's in the conversation. How about this guy, Jay Ronan? Ronan's been at Iowa State for 17 years. He's led the Cyclones to 5 straight regionals, 14 of the last 15 years. Led Iowa State to top 25 finishes in each of the past 5 years. I talked with him before the meet. He said this team has not seen its best gymnastics. What he's looking for today, 24 for 24. They don't have a clean meet. So he wants a 196.5. UCLA home team Olympic order starts on the vault, and we're going right to our senior, our super senior, Margzetta Frazier. Now, she hasn't been in the vault lineup the last 2 meets. This will be her last time streaking down the runway at Poly.
Yurchenko full, very solid. She has great air awareness. She really fought for that stick that time.
2X here.
And a good start for the Bruins.
Standby bars.
The seniors going to have to put aside their emotions. You went through this. Does it ever leave your mind? Everything's the last time.
Yeah, and you really don't want to think about that because if anything, it puts more pressure on you. So you really just want to go out and do your normal, but still take it in because it is your last time.
It's the same way when you're a freshman. Everything's the first time, and it all becomes so new, and you're so self-conscious of everything. It's hard to get out of your own head. Iowa State on the bars. Iowa State is averaging just under a 49 for the season. Their best was a 49.125. I came on the road at number 1, Oklahoma. This is Maddie Langkamp, graduate student from Wisconsin. It's been her only event in every meet. She went 9.825 in the opener against Northern Illinois. Big moment here for Iowa State.
It's a beautiful hop to front grip to a kite Jaeger. She's going to finish her routine with a double layout. Good handstand. Right before her dismount. And she stuck that landing.
You know, I was talking with Jay, the head coach from Iowa State before, and I said, you know, it's a big stage. I know you've been on TV before, but you're at UCLA. It's exciting, the West Coast. How do you think your kids are going to handle it? He said, we want them to have fun. Go out, be loose, let your gymnastics fly. I think they're going to be good today.
I agree.
Maddie Anemi, who's just a freshman, so the senior stuff is well in her future. She's been in the vault lineup every meet. She's gone over 9.8 multiple times, including her last 2.
See another Yurchenko full, really good in the air. Really improved throughout the season, and she actually just turned 18, so she's now officially an adult. She's the baby of the team, but she's now, they call her no longer Bruin, she's a bear now.
I like it.
Baby Bruin.
UCLA comes in as the number 5 team in the country. Their season best was a 198.175 at California. And Cal also went 198 last night, by the way, so that I believe is the 8th team in the country, 4 in this conference. Langkamp gives a 9.875. That is a career high for Maddie Langkamp. Lauren Thomas, second up. Junior from Loveland, Colorado. Been in this lineup most meets, but has only reached 9.8 one time. Got to clean things up.
Yes, like you mentioned, definitely needs to clean up her form a little bit, but she is a dynamic swinger. She fought for that half pirouette right there. She's going to finish her routine with a double layout.
Iowa State will try to feed off the energy and the emotion from UCLA today. They're looking for a 196.5 is what Jay told me before the meet would be a really good score for them. Emily Lee for UCLA. Solid on vault this year. 6 times she's got at least 9.8 at Arizona. Got a 9.875. You see the start values, a couple of 10s at the bottom of the order.
She has great execution on this vault. Lots of power. Yurchenko full. Beautiful in the air. She flared out, so she was ready for that landing. Just a little scooch back, so that's going to be definitely a better score for sure.
Great to see her back. She missed all of last year with an Achilles.
I just love how she kept her body straight throughout the entire vault. Legs straight, feet pointed. Threw the head back on the finish as well.
Vault has been a really good event for UCLA, but it's the one that they can improve on. They're 9th in the country. They're ranked everything else above that, either 1st or 5th on the other 3 events. Maya Ford, scheduled to go 3rd for Iowa State. Coming out of Ames, Iowa, 30,000 students at Iowa State.
I just heard her say.
Began their women's gymnastics program back in 1974, and Iowa State has piled up 581 wins. They've been to the NCAAs multiple times, the Super 6, 9.75 for Thomas. Now Ford gets the green light.
Ford is very naturally gifted, and I had a chance to speak with the coaches, and they mentioned that this was the missing link to their bar lineup, and actually her hand came off on that shaposh for a hot second, but she saved it and stayed on the bar, so that was a really good fight. Double layout.
Yeah, that's only her 2nd bars of the year against Iowa. She had a 9.775, and this number should be right there. Look at Ronan. He's He's tapping everybody and smiling, saying this is exactly what we want. This is the kind of start we want. We can play with these guys for a while. Rene was the coach last time Iowa State came through Westwood. Lee at 9.85 brings us to Shea Campbell. And Shea Campbell last week, perfect. 9.95 start value. That's a perfect score for her.
The vault. She gets so much height. Always ready for that landing. Distance, she flares. And that's why she got a perfect score last week, because she consistently looks like this week in and week out.
They're probably not going to give her the full 9.95 because of maybe a little recoil on the bounce.
A little bit,
there.
like a little
Yeah, that's it though, right? Yeah. I had to look hard just to find that. Autumn Grable in the background. Kyle Grable, husband, assistant coaches for Janelle McDonald, with BJ Doss, who handles the floor. Staff for UCLA. Maya Ford goes 9.8, so that's a career high. So we've already seen 2 career highs by Iowa State to start. And here's Logan Boswell, and Boswell's a local kid. She's from Torrance. I'm told she's got 40 family and friends in the crowd today.
It's a beautiful straddle Jaeger. Another dynamic swinger. Performance also very clean. Maybe a little short on that handstand. The judges may take a deduction for that. Double layout. You can just feel that the energy is high and great over there. They're most definitely having fun.
Boswell, the pride of South High School down in Torrance. Great academic public school down there. And unfortunately, that's the only event she's scheduled for right now. She's also a beamer, but she's not in the initial lineup. We'll see. Campbell gets a 9.9 with 9.95 perfect last week. Now the 2.10s. Harris will be first. This is Selena Harris, the freshman from Vegas, maybe freshman of the year in this conference.
Spectacular ball. And she's stuck in.
She's got 9.9 or better 5 times. Just sure to be another.
Most definitely a contender for freshman of the year. It's very clean, has that power, great pop off the horse. And she really absorbed that landing as well, which is exactly what you want on every ball, really working those quads, and she was so happy. That's gonna be a good score.
Started her career with a record 5 straight freshman of the week awards.
They almost gave it to her, 9.975.
One of the judges did give her a perfect score. She ends up with a 9.975. Boswell goes 9.8. So that ties her career high. So they've either set or equal career highs in 3 of the first 4 as Iowa State. Hannah Loyam, sophomore from Mountain Lakes in New Jersey, been in this lineup every meet, went 9.8 against Oklahoma on the road. So she's been in noisy buildings.
Such beautiful form, very solid, very clean on this event. That's a beautiful pike Jaeger. Pack salto to the low bar. She's going to finish off her routine with a double layout.
Got vertical. Chest came up a little short for the hop.
Chest was a little down, so she had to hop forward, so the judges may take maybe a 10 for that, but overall, that was really the only thing I saw in that routine.
You see Ronane right there in the foreground, just saying, just get back to the mat, because everything else was clean. For Loyam, her best, that 9.8 at Oklahoma, so we'll see if she challenges that. And this is Jordan Childs. This is the way she does it, right? Her personality's got to come out. She's got to dance. She's got to play with the crowd. It's just her attitude. It's who she is, and then locks it back in. The hottest gymnast in the country right now. You can expect perfection.
Exceptional. Oh my God. You know, she's been flirting with the perfect scores throughout the season, and that right there is why she is so exceptional. She's powerful, dynamic. She brings that difficulty. She does a double twist, which you rarely see in college gymnastics. And look, ready on that landing. Feet didn't move at all.
I'm always amazed. She's not centered on the board, centered on the table, but somehow comes back with it. She got partial perfection. One judge again gave her a 10, and the other said not so much. So 9.975, 3 straight 9.8s. As Loyam ties her career high, that's 4. And here's Laura Cook, senior from England. Again, a regular in this lineup, and 7 times she's got 9.8 plus, including a 9.875 at Oklahoma.
Beautiful transition. Shapash to a pack salto. She's going to finish her routine with the double layout. Maybe slightly short on that last pass handstand. Had to take a hop on that landing, but again, she's great on bars, dynamic swinger. She really attacked each skill. She had clean form, so that's going to be another good score as well.
So Iowa State's season high on bars coming in at 49.125. We're not going to do the math just yet, but it's going to be close. They might have a season high. It depends on this score. In the meantime, UCLA came in averaging a 49.3 on vault. They've got 49.4 a couple of times. They're always right in that same neighborhood. And UCLA also may have posted a season best with a 49.475.